Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video I want to go over two topics in Fear the Walking Dead. Number one, I just want to start off with this one. A theory is going around that Althea from Fear the Walking Dead and Aaron from The Walking Dead are related. This is because in season 6 episode 3, and spoiler alert for Fear the Walking Dead by the way, but in Fear the Walking Dead season 6 episode 3, Althea talks to Dwight about how her and her brother used to collect license plates. And people are thinking this is confirmation that she's related to Aaron, because Aaron, when we first met him, was collecting license plates, and we also saw that topic be brought up again in season 10 when him and Gracie were looking at the wall of license plates. Now I'm immediately, as Negan would say, I'm going to shut that shit down and say they're not related. It's a good theory, and look, when I watched the episode I was like, oh, is that like Aaron? But I knew they weren't related. I thought it was maybe a slight reference, but Althea's brother was named Jesse and he's dead. She revealed in season 5 to Isabel that her brother died, unfortunately, in the early days of the apocalypse. And to my knowledge, Aaron has never mentioned a sister. I think he has mentioned a brother, but not a sister. Also, Althea is Polish, and Aaron has never said anything about being Polish. So that's another thing. Now, could they be cousins? I mean, like, it's possible, but you know, like, I mean, collecting license plates, I mean, don't tons of people do that in real life? I'm not too sure. I'm not American, so but don't a lot of people do that? Collect license plates? I mean, seems like a fun thing to do, you know, have license plate of all the states. I mean, sounds awesome. Anyway, yeah, I don't think they're related. Look, I love looking for any possible way to connect everything. You know, as Morgan says, everything gets a return. But this is just one thing. I don't think it's a connection. I think it's just one of those theories fans are kind of blowing out of proportion. So yeah, unless it's flat out stated, no, I don't think they're related at all. Again, cool theory, but I don't believe it at all. I'm not. The reason I have this be a topic in the video and not its own video is because I don't think I could really go on for like 10 plus minutes going, no, they're not related. That'd be a boring video. It would just be me stretching out a topic for 10 minutes. I have another topic for this video that you saw in the thumbnail and the title that, you know, now that's a topic where there's a lot more to talk about. But yeah, I mean, it'd be nice if Althea and Aaron met up at some point, you know, if they all eventually connect together, which would be cool. But yeah, as it stands right now, any other way they could be related? Not really. I mean, another thing they have in common is they're both gay characters, I guess. Althea is a lesbian, Aaron is gay, you know, like, that's another thing they have in common, I guess. But, you know, not every gay person's related, so, yeah, it's just, again, it's a cool theory, but I don't think it has enough evidence. It's just, they collect license plates, he collects license plates, that's it. As for the other topic, which is Madison, now, not long ago I did a video on Madison and why I thought she was still alive. And since that video, we've gotten such a big fucking... We've actually got two big hints of her maybe coming back. And the first one came at New York Comic Con, and Scott Gimple was asked about Madison, and instead of just saying, you know, she's dead, her story's done, he said, you know, we could see her again in Tales of the Walking Dead, which of course is the anthology series that we don't know too much about right now, other than that it is going to focus on stories of characters we've seen and, you know, new characters as well. It's going to be kind of an anthology type series with maybe certain story arcs, and some episodes might be animated and stuff. Now, He said we could see Madison in that or beyond, and not world beyond, but like beyond in the franchise. I think that's what he meant. Um, well, that'd be crazy, Madison showing up in World Beyond. Anyway, as for Madison, I think she's still alive. I mean, like, they're giving us too much hope. Either they're trolling us hard, or she's coming back. Because another thing, now, I will say this right away, is that her appearing in Tales of the Walking Dead doesn't necessarily mean she's alive. Now, with Madison's story, we pretty much saw everything. Fear took place at the very beginning of everything, and we followed her character from the beginning all the way up to the dam explosion. Then there was the time skip between season 3 and 4, where, you know, they were at the stadium and stuff. Now, all we know about her time during that was that they like were in a cave, they got separated at a big spot, and then, you know, eventually Madison found Althea. I guess they could do an episode about that, but I think we know everything we need to know about that. I mean, if they did an episode about that, cool, I'll watch it. That sounds awesome. But it could also be explaining how the fuck she survived the the stadium fire and all the walkers. Not only that, but AMC did like a survey or something, and the survey was basically like, why are you watching Fear? You know, is it because you like Alicia Debnam Carey? Is it because you like Lenny James? Is it because you like Garrett Dillahunt? You know, they had options like that. They had you're interested in seeing how Morgan survives. You like, they had all these like options, and then there was one option that was just really fucking interesting, and that was, you're waiting to see if Madison is still alive. That could be them seeing fan interest, because here's another thing. Morgan was saved by someone. We don't know who. Now, it's very possible it was Sherry, because when you think about it, it makes sense that it would be Sherry that saved Morgan, as if you remember back in season 5 where Dwight heard Sherry on the radio, on the walkie-talkie, walkie-talkies only, you know, receive from like a certain distance. I mean, like, if Sherry was too far out of range, you wouldn't be able to hear Dwight. And Humbug's Gulch, which is where the characters were, was like the only place for miles, so she would probably put 2 and 2 together, be like, if Dwight's going to be anywhere, it's going to be at Humbug's Gulch, and it'll probably take her a while to get there. And that night is when Morgan was the only one there, so it's very possible she was trying to get there to see if she could find Dwight, and probably like found Morgan there instead. And it would also make sense with the letter, because she said in the letter, "You don't know me," which, yeah, Sherry doesn't know Morgan. So yeah, it is probably Sherry, but I guess we really have to wait and see if Morgan and Sherry are going to interact. Because to my knowledge, we're only getting 3 more episodes of Fear. We're getting episode 5, 6, and 7. Episode 8, I think, when it comes to episode 8, that was pretty much put on hold when the coronavirus happened. Like, they were like in the middle of that episode, and the cast and stuff, like, they got back into production when it comes to Fear back in late August, so hopefully there are a few episodes into the second half by now, and maybe we can get the rest of Fear sometime next year, early next year hopefully, because I really want to see this whole season, because Fear season 6 has been just wow, like, it's been so good. I mean, episode 4, just wow. But as for Madison, it really does seem like AMC and the writers and everyone pretty much knows that Madison is still very talked about. She's very, you know, she's still like remembered with the fans, and fans just want her back. And I think, you know, it's not like it's impossible to bring her back. It's not like she was bitten. We didn't see her get bit. We didn't see anything happen to her. We didn't see the flame touch her. We didn't see a walker grab her. We didn't see nothing. Her death was filmed ambiguously, and I do think the intention was to kill her off there, but they weren't expecting the backlash. So it's a good thing they filmed it ambiguously. I imagine I don't think we're going to see Madison in these 7 episodes at all. If Sherry meets up with Morgan and she doesn't recognize him, then what season 6 could be about moving forward is, we know that the story right now is Morgan is trying to get everyone out of Virginia's communities. Once he does that, like, what's next? I mean, like, they could start setting up a possible return for Madison, and maybe the season 6 cliffhanger could be Madison's returning. Or I would love if, like, season 6 ended with Madison, because I think if they waited till season 7 to bring her back, they would probably hype it up, like, oh, watch season 7, Madison's back. Which I really hope they keep Madison's return a secret, because, like, I know why they would do it. They want to bring more attention back into Fear. I mean, like, if you look at The Walking Dead's Twitter, they are hyping the hell out of Fear. I'm just like, guys, you don't have to hype up Fear. The fans are doing a good job. We're all talking about how good Fear is. Talking about who's coming back in this episode isn't going to make fans return. It's fans saying, guys, the show is really fucking good. Check it out. It's so good. That's what's bringing fans back. If any fans are coming back to the show, because, like, season 6 has been so good. And I did a video months ago talking about why I was hopeful for season 6, and my fucking hope is paying off, because I knew the writers were talented. People were like, oh, they must be getting different writers for season 6. Nah, I knew they had talent. They were just doing a storyline people were not a fan of. This storyline suits Fear more. It suits the characters more, and it's something fans are more they're more gravitated towards. And so far, season 6 has been paying off a lot, because I think we've had 4 episodes, and all 4 of them have been 10 out of 10s in my opinion. They've all been superb episodes. I think, like, every single episode of Fear season 6 can at least be in top 20 episodes of Fear. And top 20 may sound generous, but, like, when you think about it, there's like 70 episodes of Fear. The fact that 6 seasons in, every episode this season has been in top 20, like, that's fucking sensible. I would even say episode 4 is in top 5 because of how good that episode was. Especially because it focused on John Dory, who's one of the best characters in the franchise. But yeah, I do think the show is slowly but surely bringing Madison, like, working on bringing Madison back. I think with Kim Dickens, you know, like, she said she wants to return to Fear. You know, she loved playing Madison. I imagine, though, they do have to work out contracts to bring her back. I mean, I don't know if Kim Dickens is working on anything right now, but hopefully she's free to come back to Fear, and, you know, she's welcome back into the Fear family, because, like, she was a huge part of Fear, and there's so much you can do with her coming back, like her finding out about Nick, especially with how much she, like, really, like, cared about Nick, because, like, Nick was always, like, referred to as, like, the mama's boy, and him being dead, like, her finding out about that, like, Jesus Christ. Like, I know Alicia forgave Charlie, but do you think Madison could? I don't know about that, no. But yeah, like, here's another thing. If Madison comes back, will she be the way she was in season 4, wanting to give people a second chance, or will her time away from her family, and especially finding out Nick's dead, like, will that make her more ruthless than she was in seasons 1, 2, and 3? Like, who knows what she's going to be like when she gets back. I mean, the original intention for Fear was that she would become a villain, and they might still go that route. I mean, like, even Strand in the newer episodes of Fear is doing very shady shit. I mean, like, he's gotten 2 people killed that didn't necessarily need to die. And one of those people was one of our own group. So, you know, like, which is an interesting topic, like the fact that Strand would pretty much put Janice in a situation where she dies. It really goes to show, like, which members of our group is he looking out for? Like, he's definitely looking out for Alicia and Charlie and Luciana. You know, those are the ones he's been with the longest. He doesn't know that Morgan's alive, to my knowledge. I think the only person that knows Morgan's alive is Daniel. He might be looking out for Daniel. You know, Strand and Daniel have their interesting history. He's looking out for John. He's possibly looking out for June as well. Plus, I imagine you would want to look out for June, as she is a doctor. He's possibly looking out for Althea. As for everyone else, I mean, I guess he could take them or leave them. I mean, like, he didn't really look out for Janice. So, yeah. Who else would he sell out if given the chance to protect someone else? Wes? Who knows? Strand is very interesting this season. Very interesting. I don't think he's a full-on villain. I think, you know, he is. The show is going to make us really question him, but I do think he will never go fully over to the dark side. I think he is still, at the end of the day, looking out for the group. So, yeah, but this video keeps going off topic, but with, like, Madison. But this is kind of like a Fear discussion. This is just like the 2 main topics. But with Madison, again, like, I do think season 6 is going to start hinting at her being alive, because, you know, they've hinted in real life that she might still be alive. It's time for the show to start planting the seeds. Maybe giving little Easter eggs here and there. Maybe someone knows something. Maybe someone's seen a woman around that fits Madison's description, you know. Like, who knows? Stranger things have happened in Fear the Walking Dead and the Walking Dead franchise. I mean, like, you had Morales show up. You had Daniel survive a fire. And I would say Daniel was in a worse situation, because not only was he out of it, but he was in a basement area where, you know, it would be kind of harder to get out, and he was also surrounded by the dead. He just wasn't in the right state of mind. I think Madison, you know, like, even Kim Dickens herself said, like, Madison could have climbed up that wall. So, like, she's not going to leave her kids behind. I mean, you know, but yeah, that's really it with Fear. Like, I think Fear has just been fucking killing it. I think Fear season 6 so far, like, if it can keep up this pace for the rest of the season, Fear season 6 will easily be the best season of Fear. Possibly one of the best seasons of Walking Dead history, because so far this has even been more impressive than some of the Walking Dead seasons. Like, that's how good Fear has been. I've just been enjoying it. It's just so nice having Walking Dead content. I mean, like, we only had the finale for Fear, for The Walking Dead, and now we have World Beyond and Fear. And I know people have their opinions on World Beyond, but I fucking love World Beyond. Episode 5 of World Beyond was like my favourite so far. I'm just loving it all. Anyway, thank you all for watching this video, and peace out.